Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Josh Fan here, back with another Kansas City Chiefs related video. And today I wanted to discuss the reports of Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy being at the top of the consideration for the USC coaching job. So USC, or also known as the University of Southern California, fired their head coach Clay Helton after their second game of the season this past week. And since then, there's been a lot of rumors circulating about who could take the job. And reports are from Adam Schefter that league sources believe Chiefs OC Eric Bieniemy will emerge as a head coaching candidate for USC. Bieniemy is from Southern California and has told confidants in the past that USC is one of the only college jobs that might interest him. I'm not totally sure if that still remains true, if Bieniemy would leave his spot now to go be the head coach at USC, especially considering, my personal opinion is USC is a school that, they're past their heyday, and their fans kind of have unrealistic expectations. They're a Pac-12 school, and I just don't think it's the most appealing job. Now, they do typically recruit fairly well. They have a good tradition and history, but to me, the job isn't all that appealing. But that's just me. That doesn't mean Eric Bieniemy wouldn't still be interested in a college head coaching job. And one of the reasons he could still be interested in a college head coaching job is because he's been passed up multiple times now for an NFL head coaching job. And Bieniemy may just be going, hey, if these NFL teams are just going to, pass me over time and time again, maybe I'll just go be a head coach at the college level, and maybe he'll go there and gets his chance in the NFL someday eventually. I'm not sure. But I did see a lot of Chiefs fans on Twitter and social media kind of, worried about this. Like, would they really want Eric Bieniemy to leave? Right now, would they want him to have a distraction like USC in the background and all that stuff? It would hurt to lose Bieniemy. It would hurt to lose him as an offensive coordinator for sure. However, there's a few reasons I think it won't happen, and I think Chiefs fans can probably relax. First of all, another coach that's rumored to be atop of the consideration list at USC is Urban Meyer, who's currently the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. USC and Urban Meyer have had connections for a long time. A lot of people thought that's one of the first names they'd go to if they ever fired Clay Helton. And now that they did, Urban Meyer's name has been floating around a lot. And I think Urban Meyer is probably one of their top choices. Now, Urban Meyer would be tougher to unsit than Bieniemy because obviously he's a head coach in the NFL now. Like, that job has more staying power than an offensive coordinator, and it's only Urban Meyer's first year. And Urban Meyer did actually shoot down, interest in the job this morning when they asked him at the press conference. Now, we've all seen this movie before. A lot of times coaches deny interest in the job and then they still end up leaving. But we'll have to see what the case is with Urban Meyer. But I 100% believe USC would take Urban Meyer way before they would take Eric Bieniemy. Another reason I don't think Eric Bieniemy will leave for USC is because even though he might be on USC's list, there is a reason he's been passed up this many times for a head coaching job. I know a lot of people love to say that, Eric Bieniemy's been getting screwed over. He deserves an NFL head coaching job. And you know what? Me personally, I do think he deserves a head coaching job just based on his success as an offensive coordinator. But we don't know anything that's going on behind the scenes when Eric Bieniemy is interviewing for these jobs, because rumor has it he is a bad interview. And I know a lot of people say, oh, come on, that's just an excuse for not hiring Bieniemy. And, who cares about the interview? It's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal. And from what I've heard, there are rumors out there that Eric Bieniemy is a bad interview. He walks into these interviews empty-handed, and teams come away think, they're largely unimpressed with Bieniemy. Secondly, Bieniemy has off-field issues dating back to the days when he was a player. He had sexual harassment. He had a case of sexual harassment at Colorado when he was a player. He has DUI in his history. And he also ditched Colorado University, his alma mater, right when sexual assault allegations started coming down. Vance Joseph was there too. And that's when both of them left the program. And it really goes untalked about. Like, I'm not trying to bring down Bieniemy because, it's a touchy subject. But, people are really glossing over this off-field issue stuff, and it's not something to be taken lightly. Like, this is really serious stuff that could come to the light later on down the line, and teams and organizations just don't want the PR nightmare. I also do think when you look at the recent outings of other Andy Reid assistants such as Doug Peterson and Matt Nagy. Doug Peterson was fired from the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, he won a Super Bowl, but after that, everything went downhill. Matt Nagy, he's been a less than stellar hire when you ask anyone that's associated with the Chicago Bears. So I mean, maybe teams are looking at that and they just start staying away from Andy Reid assistants for now. And to be honest, if I do think Eric Bieniemy plays a part in that offense and making it run. And I know the players talk really highly of him, and I do love him because he's someone that does not take crap. He is going to get in the faces of players when they mess up, but he's still going to motivate you. He's going to criticize you as well and try to make you a better player. So I do like Bieniemy personally. But let's be honest, if Eric Bieniemy does leave the Chiefs, let's say he does go to USC and he's no longer the Chiefs offensive coordinator, the Chiefs still aren't going to miss a beat. Like, it's 90% Andy Reid. It just is. I mean, you can't, especially when the Chiefs run those second and long runs, like, you can't tell me that's Eric Bieniemy calling those. Come on, that's Andy Reid. That is all Andy Reid. But yeah, I mean, overall, I don't see Eric Bieniemy going to USC. It's a possibility for sure, and I think we all need to come to the conclusion that one day in the next couple years or so, Bieniemy is going to get a job elsewhere. I don't know if it's going to be a head coach at the college level. Maybe next NFL head coaching cycle, he finally gets this opportunity, but I don't think he's going to be here much longer. But we just need to enjoy him while he's here. But basically, to respond to the USC rumors floating around, I just don't see it with Bieniemy. I don't think it's the job that he would leave for, and I don't really think Bieniemy is on top of USC's list either. But you know what? That's all I got to say. Would love to hear from you guys, though. Do you think Bieniemy goes to USC, or what's your overall thoughts on the situation? Let me know in the comments. But all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com, which just overwent a major overhaul, by the way. It looks great. Please go check out the website, showmefootball.com. And you can check out some of my work on kckingdom.com. Peace.